So the first sprint was to make the data more data-driven so that when starting to network, you have an easy way of doing that. To do that, I created a network class that allows you to create 3 different types of packages by calling moving, shooting, or firing, or laying missiles. These create packages that then go into the queue, and then also there's the output queue. So the packages just have a loopback. If they should be loopback, they have a debug number, and then individually, the lay mine needs to know what player is trying to lay a mine. Then it has the loopback to say if it should be looped back or not, and then it has its execute, which take player 1 and player 2, as they all do. Same with fire, just needs to know what player it is, and then the rotate movement 1 needs to know the rotate move and which player is being rotated or moved. So I did this because it minimally affects the code outside of what I'm working on, so that if anything changes here, it's not that big a deal for me to change what I had to make it data-driven again. So you can just call a network, and then instead of saying move and rotate with direct access, you basically say move, rotate the player with what you want it to move with, and then which player it is. Same goes with firing. Just say fire missile player. These create packages that go into the queue, and then you say read out the queue, which would send stuff to the network or loop things back, and then read in with your player 1 and player 2 so that it can then all the executes can get references to player 1 and player 2 and take that information to do all of their executes with whatever comes in from the network. That will be transferred back into packages or whatever came looped back in through. So read out is just going to say if it should be looped back, then put it right in the input, else which would go to the network. But for now, it just does also to the input queue. And then read in just goes through all the packages and dequeues them and then executes them. And that is my data-driven approach on this so far. I'm sure it will change